What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today I want to do another exhibition game in NCAA Football 07. Normally, I will post an 06 Dynasty video, but I got a couple of things I really want to test out in 07 that I'm more excited about than getting into 06, so let's just get right into it. I have decided to do a couple different things with regards to the sliders. First of all, nothing has changed here from the previous exhibition game. I'm still going to do 6-minute quarter length. I was fine with the length of that. Maybe I may go up to 7 down the road. I don't know, but I like 6 a whole lot better than 5. I feel like it actually equates to the 5-minute quarters in 06 for whatever reason. But anyways, we're going to stick at 6 minutes. But first, let's get into the settings to talk about these. Now, a buddy of mine came across a slider set for Heisman 07 on OperationSports.com. They're actually Xbox 360 sliders, but it turns out that they work pretty well with PlayStation 2. So we're going to give that a shot. They're Playmaker sliders. If you don't know who Playmaker is on Operation Sports, he's kind of famous for his slider sets. It seems like he puts a lot of effort into them. So I'm going to assume that he halfway knows what he's talking about. Now, I thought it was a good idea to, instead of starting off with default Heisman and working off of that, I think it may be easier and quicker to get the sliders that we're looking for that just feels right, that makes sense and is realistic. If I work off a slider set like Playmakers, where he's probably closer to what it needs to be compared to everything being at 50%. So we're going forward, just work off of his slider set. Now, again, my friend who told me about these has already played a couple games, and he thinks these sliders are about spot on. And me and him are pretty much on the same page with how we feel like the game should feel like. So, again, going forward, we're going to stick with these slider sets and adjust if needed. And I think that's the better way to go. Again, it'll be much quicker to get to where we want to be. That way we can start doing other things like Dynasty Mode and such. So let's talk about them for a little bit before we get to our game. Here is the offensive settings. First of all, it's human. He explained a few reasons why he lowered some things, but he done that, and I'm not going to try to explain them. I'm not going to put words in his mouth. But here is the offensive settings for the human. Only changes he made, he lowered pass blocking and run blocking. And if you go to the CPU offense, for whatever reason, he lowered QB accuracy down to 30. Pass blocking's down to 0. He put wide receiver catching up to 60%, running back ability to 60, and run blocking to 0. We'll also see what happens with that. Let's go to defense. For human, he left awareness the same. Knockdown, 75%. That kind of makes sense to me. I noticed there's not as many knockdowns as before, like compared to 06. He put interceptions and break block down to 0. Interceptions to 0, I'm halfway understand why he done that. If you watch the first 3 exhibition games of mine, tons of interceptions, maybe a little too many. Several of them, I could blame myself for just making bad throws, but I think he done that just to really limit the interceptions. But I've actually practiced with these. The defense will still pick you off if you play stupid. So it's good that, we should at least see some interceptions, just not as many. Break block down to 0. He done that for the sole purpose of jump to snap, trying to negate that for both sides for both human and CPU. Tackling, he ratcheted that up. Apparently he thought tackling wasn't good enough at 50% for the human. So he moved it up to 75. Look at the CPU, even more drastic. He increased the awareness for the CPU defense, went 0 for knockdowns, interceptions, and break block. I thought it was interesting he put knockdowns at 0% because I thought there wasn't enough of them, but he knocked it down even more. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. And he put tackling down to 25%. I guess he thought CPU tackling was too good at 50. I don't know. We'll see about that. And special teams, he didn't change too much here. He went to 45% on accuracy, and he went up to 60% on kickoff length for human. I guess he thought that the accuracy was a little too easy for us. and we weren't getting enough length. I don't know. Again, we'll adjust to that. We'll change it if needed. And CPU, he really changed some things here. Field goal length, he went down 35%. I guess he thought that the CPU kicking was a little too easy, especially the accuracy where he put down to 0%. I guess he thought they were just way too accurate, so we'll see if that changes anything. He boosted punt length, he decreased punt accuracy, and he increased kickoff length for the CPU. So that is and this is level 3. I will leave a link in the description box, if I don't forget, the link to these sliders. And he had 3 levels of them. It's in terms of difficulty. He had level 1, 2, and 3. These sliders, this set is at level 3. This is the hardest level. So me and my buddy, we decided we'd just go straight to that level and work off of that. So again, this is level 3 from that link that I will put in the description box. Okay, with that being said, here's what I'm thinking in terms of the exhibition game today. I want to go up against a cupcake team and see if it comes out realistically. Instead of doing equal teams today, going up against a cupcake team, I want to see if I have a solid game where I win by 35, 40 points. The run game looks good. The passing game looks good. Everything is supposed to look good when you're going up against a bad team. And if we're still seeing issues like, my previous 3 games I've kind of hinted at where I think the running game was really tough on the Fall Heisman. It's just a struggle to get to 100 yards. Hopefully we'll see a whole lot better performance today. So what I decided to do, we are going to be USC. They got a lot of talent. Plus, I wanted to run a pro-style offense. I haven't got to do that yet. We're going to play at home, and we're going to go up against the other Trojans in the game, and that is Troy. And I picked Troy. It wasn't because they were Trojan, but they were exactly 2 letter grades below us. So this should be a good indicator. If they still give us a really good game and I struggle in the run game or something else, or we see something really goofy, then we can work off of that. Sometimes it's hard to gauge when you're pitting 2 teams of equal talent against each other, because you can understand if you don't run the ball well that day because you're going up against a defense that's equally as talented as your offense. Little things like that. So let's just do a noon game. That's fine. I have the USC playbook, so let's just go for it there. So hopefully all that makes sense. Again, we're going to stick with this slider set and adjust accordingly. I think it'll be quicker to get to where we want to go. On top of playing against a cupcake team, I want to see if we have a solid game like you're supposed to. And then in the next exhibition game, I may do an equal game again or whatnot. I want to test all the different ones in terms of next game we can do an equal match, and then the next game after that, I could be the cupcake and go up against a tough team. So we'll see how all that goes. Let's just skip all this. There's no point in looking at it. It's the same as 06. Let's get the ball first. I haven't looked at our roster too hard. Now what we can do, let's go to strategy and let's go to audibles, and you can just kind of get a sense of what the USC playbook looks like. Again, I wanted to run a pro-style offense because the previous videos we've done a different, we've done air raid, we've done the pistol, and then we've done the spread option with West Virginia. Now let's do a little pro-style. And I picked USC because I like their playbook. It's all under center, just to get a little bit different feel of it. So we got ace big, twin tight end slot flex, wide trips, 4 wide receiver trio, and empty flex trio. Then you get to the 2-back sets. You got normal, tight, then you got strong normal and close. Then you got twins flex, weak normal, and that's it. So it's all under center. I wanted to try to keep it balanced. I want to run the ball and I want to pass it. That way we can get a good gauge and see what's working and what's not, especially against an inferior team like ourselves. We can check our roster real quick. They're loaded across the board. You saw before, they're 4th in the country, A-plus talent. We got guys in the 80s and 90s. We got 2 impact receivers, really good tight end. Offensive line, really solid. They run a 4-3. Let's see, there's Lawrence Jackson, an impact player. 80s and 90s, again, across the board. And then we're going to look at Troy's roster. And it should be much lower than that. So let's go to quarterback. Look at them. They got a quarterback that can run, so we're probably not going to blitz him too hard today. They got an impact running back. I'm guessing they're going to run the ball some. We got to get impact wide receiver too, so they may be balanced. But 76, 74, 76, 74, 78. Then you got their line 80 and 78 and 76, 74. So again, we should get a push on these guys today via the run game. 80, 74, 78. Then you got guys at the 70s at corner. Impact free safety. Strong safeties and then added 80. Decent kicker, decent punter. And so on and so forth. So again, this will be a good test to see if the game should result like it's supposed to. So we'll hopefully see that happen today.
Kicks it away. Smith has it at the 5.
Okay, we're on the right hash. Let's just run the ball. Let's go with... Let's just start off with slam.
This safety's a big time player.
We're going man 4-3. I think that's the over front. They're shifting that way, but I'm going to go here.
I'm predicting an interception by this kid today.
That's a hard shift. I'll take that anyways. Not a whole lot there.
3-yard gain by the
And what we can do, I thought about doing this, but this video would take forever. And my joysticks are goofing up on me. There we go. If you go back to instant replay here, I thought about doing this for like every play, but it'll take forever, and I don't want to do that. But one thing I wanted to see was the blocking was pretty good. I just couldn't find much of a hole there, but nobody got their, got knocked down or anything. But again, I'm not going to do that for every video. I just wanted to see it for that one in particular. All right, let's throw the ball. We're going man 4-3. We'll do a slide protection.
He's looking for his man, and they couldn't hook
A drop. He got hit. That's another concern I had from the previous exhibition game. Way too many drops. We'll try to get a first down here. We're going man. We'll do a slide protection. I threw that way too light. He caught it, though. Good first down. Let's go here and let's do counter. We're going man 4-3. Again, the biggest thing I want to see is if the run game does what it's supposed to. Hopefully it will. Let's go to our left. And nothing there. Just no protection, no blocking.
The defense took a chance here. They overloaded.
So let's pass, try to make up for that. Let's do another curl. I'm not too worried about doing a lot of fancy plays today. I just want to see us having a solid game.
USC comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Let's it go.
Pick up a first down there.
Martin tackles him at the 40.
We could try play action maybe. I didn't look through the playbook a whole lot to see what was here. Let's go here. Let's just go back to slam. Let's just run the ball again. We're going zone this time.
The Trojans come out in the ace formation.
And that's a... Dang it. That was a glitch. You go back and look at this. Just a glitch. He didn't... I don't know. I flipped it to the right, but that's a glitch. And that's from ace big. That's like the most common formation in the game. From the most common run concept in the game. So that's concerning. Let's go flex trio and try to make up for that. I don't know what's all here. Let's do gambler. We're going man.
Second down. He drops back. Surveys the field. He rifles it. He breaks it.
Broken tackle, and this maybe... No, he ain't going to get a touchdown, but... Well, he still made. Oh, wow. He almost got it. Okay. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, that's a positive play, don't get me wrong. Of course, he's an impact player. He's going to make plays. Broke a ton of tackles, so... And I wonder... Let's go... Since he broke a ton of tackles, let's go back to our settings. I'm just curious to see... Because I didn't memorize these. Let's go to defense. Their tackling's at 25%. Now, is that because... Is the reason why he broke all those tackles is because this is down to 25%? I don't know. Again, everybody's different in terms of how this should feel. So I could provide, in my opinion, the perfect slider set for you, and it still may not feel right to you. I mean, that's why it's hard for me to recommend something, because everybody feels like it may be this, that, could be better or worse. Like just now, I feel like tackling, that was a little bit kind of goofy. He broke 5 tackles there, and he's a wide receiver, which he isn't supposed to do that. And maybe it is because his tackling's down to 25% for the CPU. I don't know. It's food for thought, though. All right, goal line. All right, I'd love to at least try. Let's do tight. Let's do a toss play. We got a down to play with.
First down and goal to go. We'll see what they can do in the red zone.
I want to see the run game at least be halfway decent. Right now, I'm not seeing it. Now, I wasn't expecting it here. Lead toss play is not the best in the world in this game. Wasn't in 06 either.
I don't think it mattered if he ran left or right or over the top. They just lost the battle up front.
We can stay here. Let's do counter lead before we got to pass. We're going zone. Shifting that way. We'll go to our right. All right, that's pretty good blocking there. We can break this down. It was obvious I wanted to run to my right. I'm just kind of looking at the line here. Good push across the board from what I can tell. That's kind of what you want to see when everything goes well. That's not supposed to happen every time, but the blocking looked good. Of course, my wide receiver done a decent job there. And to work off of that, we can go back to our settings. Again, I haven't memorized these. We can go back here and you go to run blocking. It's down to 35%, yet it's still got a pretty decent push. And you go to defense, break block with 0. So, again, they've had better run plays than we have in terms of them being on defense. We've had one good run play. They've stopped us the rest of the time. So, either way, we'll kick a field goal here, or extra point.
And he tacks on the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the...
That should have been a kick interference, but that's okay. He ran into him. So now let's get on defense and see if we can dominate. Do what we got to do.
Here's the kick.
It's going to be a touchback. Oh, he's coming out with it. And stop there.
Now we'll get to see the offense come out of the field for their first drive of this game.
Let's go nickel. We'll go quarters.
The offense will take over at the 16. The defensive back's moving in closer.
We can stay in. I can see him running the ball here. Halfback direct. Good stop there. Going too wide this time. Let's do an over front.
Second down.
Ooh, I'm not a big fan of that over front. If you do that... Uh-oh.
Here's the option.
Somebody get a first. Yeah.
They make the stop at the 29.
That's speed option there.
The option and pick up the first down.
That was just good instincts. You have to know when to pitch it.
So 2 run plays. So let's go with a cover 1.
Knew he could pick up the first, so he kept it himself. Very good decision.
Looks like someone got a head start on the line.
False start. That's another thing. One thing I didn't do was I didn't fix the penalties. I think I still got them all at 50. I'm going to adjust these as I go. He had a different penalty sliders or for the 360, and I didn't change those. I'm going to leave everything at 50 for now. Again, that's in the eye of the beholder, but I may change. I may go back and look at his later, but I'm not overly concerned about the penalties. We've already made the one big adjustment, which was the roughing the kicker, or the unsportsmanlike conduct, sorry. A little bump and run there. So they're determined to run the ball. It's 2nd and 14, though. I'm going to go back to quarters, though. They need to throw it here. So I'm just assuming they're going to throw. Hey, go back. I don't like the way that looks.
Trojans go with the I formation. Katsuz on the toss.
Ah, blew right by me.
He's tackled at the 28-yard
Over pursued. That's okay, though. It's 3rd and 11.
maybe 3 yards.
I hate that they got rid of my cover 3 cloud. I can't believe they got rid of that. Did they think it was too potent? I don't know. That's disappointing. Either way, we'll go with the basic cover 3.
3rd from their own 28-yard line. 3rd down. Nickel defense. The defense sets up in the nickel.
Nobody seemed phased by that.
Looks to pass.
Late jump. Touch, yeah, first down. That was easy.
With the tackle.
He must have felt the heat or something. He didn't even think about throwing to anybody.
In today's game, you have to have the ability to run the football.
Oh,
Give
let's
the
still go with the
quarterback
cover
a lot
1.
of credit. He
I
made
can
a
see them
great
running
play
it.
and really gave his team a boost.
Number 16.
I didn't need to do that. Dang it. That's okay. We'll stick with it.
16 lines up in the shotgun.
There we go. All the receivers can't hear it.
First down. Look at the throw. Quick throw.
Ah, dang it. I was so out of place there.
Keep your head on a swivel, kid.
That was my bad. That should have been an interception.
Rotating the football and knocking it down to prevent the completion.
Sure was, Coach. He
Go
put
back to
himself in a great
quarters, and then
position
they may
to
actually
play.
run it here.
The Trojans bring in the nickel package. Hands it off.
Counter, get a stop
They make
there.
the stop at the 47. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback.
I don't want to blitz him hard. He'll just run out of it. Let's do the cover 3. I hope this works. I haven't tested it yet.
On 3rd down.
No.
USC lines up with
I'm going to just stand. There we go.
Jackson brings him down.
I didn't know what my smart route was on defense. I'll have to check the manual later. Let's go middle fan.
You hate to see a kid get injured now.
So look at the clock. I mean, we only got a minute left of the quarter. Like, it's going by even faster. So it makes you wonder. That seems really quick. And I'm stopping the game quite a bit, too, just to talk about things. And they went for it. That was smart.
Incomplete.
Not even a chance there.
Anyone at all.
Kirk, let me tell you why that didn't work. This
Okay.
defense is well coached, and they anticipated.
They got rid of all. Okay, there's option. That's a better toss play. Let's try a toss. Now, I don't know what that guy's doing. Is that nickel?
USC goes with the ace set here. Moody with the option. He laterals the ball.
Go here. End up being a good run there.
The 38-yard line. And that was a nice
Let's go.
Kirk, that was a great job by that big offensive line.
Here.
And also,
Let's go PA rollout.
period to find that
We're
running
going
When you
man.
break one like that, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Oh, we'll shift.
Washington,
We're
alone in the
going to leave it as
backfield.
is.
Setting up the play action.
I got hit as soon as I threw it. That's easy touchdown. Okay, here's the thing another thing that concerns me. It's the knockdowns or the lack thereof.
For a touchdown.
I'll let Lee Corso shut up before I start talking. I need to turn him off.
I think his father's caught him very well.
So I got hit as soon as I threw it. So it's like a lame duck, but yeah, it's a perfect throw. Here's what worries me. In 06, the defensive backs would go to the extreme in terms of their knockdowns. They would jump up as high as they can to try to knock it down, especially against deep balls like your go routes. They don't do that anymore in 07. Look, that's what they do. They reach out. They don't jump as high as they can like they do in 06. That's why, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been converting a lot of go routes in 07. 06 is known for the deep ball's too easy, the deep ball's too easy. Well, I'm here to tell you, in 07, I think it's even easier. I'm completing these left and right. It's way too easy. And the biggest reason why I think it's being even easier is because the defensive back is doing that instead of jumping as high as he can. It's just something to think about. Now, why... I'm surprised. I don't know why he put the knockdowns for the CPU down to 0%. I think that should have been much higher. Because of that reason alone, maybe he was referring to other routes, like
Converts the extra point.
not just go routes, but I guess just in total. But if you put that thing down to 0%, I'm here to tell you, hitting the deep ball is going to be even easier. So I don't know.
USC to kick.
All right, let's get back on defense.
He hits a booming kick. Katsuz from his own end zone. I don't think we'll see this offense get into a similar
Let's go quarters.
So you think they'll convert on fourth down if they go for it again?
Hey, why not? If you're having to go for it on fourth down a lot, you're not doing so hot, sweetheart.
Another glitchy play right there. That looked kind of weird. They ran the ball, so we're thinking they're going to throw.
Two is the deep back as they line up in the.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off. You guys don't need to hear those guys talk. So let's go audio, and let's turn the play-by-play none. That way you can hear me talk the entire time. Because I need to talk a lot. I need to discuss things. And I want you guys to hear me instead of Kirk Herbstreit. No offense. Going option. And dang it. It's a good run there. So that's what, 3rd and 4? They're going 3 wide. We can go nickel, but I'm going to go with a 1 high. If I can find a basic one. Where they at? Let's do dog gold. I want to flip that. I like how the defensive back does his adjustments there. Ah, dang it. That's a good pursuit, but still got the first. All right, that is the end of the quarter. I'm guessing they're not going to be able to get this one off. Okay, if you just go by the score, that looks realistic. We're up 2 scores. We had clean drives. I'm okay with all that, for the most part. So let's go back to this. That's cool. You can hear the quarterback yelling there. Going with a throw. Oh, good defense there. That's a proper knockdown. That looked halfway decent. Let's go back to quarters. Go here. Not the best throw. He was feeling the heat, I think, from what I could tell. Okay, let's go cover 3. And a sack. I didn't look too hard at the line and see what happened there, but either way, we got to stop. All right, let's get the ball back. Now, again, the biggest thing I want to see is I want to see our run game look halfway decent. The passing game I've had no problems with. It seems fairly... The only issue I've had with passing is I'm seeing a whole lot of drops that really shouldn't happen. On top of, I want to look at QB accuracy. I may get a touch. No, I ain't going to get it. Sometimes I think it's a little too clean. Like, it's always where it needs to be. But we'll deal with that later. Let's do a dive right up the middle. We're going man nickel. I don't expect a whole lot from this play, but we'll see. That's pretty good little play. You can look here. Good protection. Nobody got knocked down. I'm seeing a good push from everybody. That's what's supposed to happen against a team like this. And we get up a solid, what, 5 yards? That's not bad. Let's stay here and play. Oh, we got 7 yards out of that. Let's go PA scissors. I like this play. They're going zone, though. This is either going to go to our fullback or to Smith, depending on the coverage. I pressed the wrong button. Dang it. My bad. I pressed it way too late. That should have got picked off. That was a good knockdown, though. Let's just do a curl flat, try to pick up the first, or go in zone. This will go to the flat. Do a fake snap, just see if anybody jumps early. Good play there. We can look at the line play. Somebody got knocked down, but that's just going to happen. Even with break block and run blocking down to 0 for both sides, that's still going to happen. But I still had pretty good protection, and they didn't blitz too hard, so I had all day in the world to throw. Okay, let's go with strong close. This is a new formation in the game. It's a little bit different. Toss, slam. Let's just do slam, I guess. We're going man. 4-3. That's just... only reason why we got yards because he broke the tackle. Now, the protection was fine. It's just that guy came through. The fullback was supposed to get him, and he didn't. The offensive line done their part, though, from what I could tell, which is good. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, he's a bit gassed, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't even know where we're at here. Let's go. Let's do a halfback tackle. Are we in the middle of the field? No, we're about on the right hash. We're going with a spaced out set for whatever reason. Let's go here. Get a good block there. Good pit or good stiff arm. He didn't get the first though. I wonder if he's still going to be out there. Okay, they subbed him in, which is good. 3rd and 1. Now let's do counter. This will be 2-down territory for us. We're going man. 4-3. Doing that. We'll go to our right because everybody and their brother shifted to the left. Good block there. That dude's got some juice to him. Good blocking, though, from what I can tell. Good block right there. Made all the difference in the world. So, the run game is starting to feel like it's supposed to, which is good. Against a team like this, again, that's the reason why I'm going up against a cupcake team. I want to go... Where's it at? Let's go split in drag. I love this play. It's got good spacing with all the routes. They're going man here. This may go to our slot receiver, depending on the coverage. Or on the safeties. They're going one high. Go over the top. Nice. Touchdown. Good deal. They went cover 1, so I went to my cover 1 beater. I threw it a little bit late, but that's okay. It was a good throw, though. Right where it needed to be. The receiver had adjusted a little bit. But we got the touchdown. So... now, I don't really want to touch these sliders until I'll go through my 3 main games. This game, an equal match, and then a game where I am the cupcake. Where I should be struggling. So, once we go through those 3, then we can adjust afterwards. So now you can look at the clock. It's a ton of more time left in the game. It's just weird. I got to get used to the clock. But thankfully, that's an easy adjustment. You just change the quarter length, and that is a fumble. I guess he just got his head knocked off. We can go back and look at it. We can go here. Yeah, he just got hit really hard. And I guess it was by... and he's an impact guy, but still. So that's the first turnover of the day. Let's go with... that's a 4 wide receiver trio. Let's do a counter from there. We're going man nickel. That dude's blitzing on the right side. That's safety. So let's go this way. That's just good defense. Now, he broke a ton of tackles, but we only got a yard out of it. Let's go flex trio again. Let's try... shallow. This is the first time I've actually looked at this playbook much. Let's go slot drag. We're going man. We've got several options here from what I can tell. And they're bringing everybody. Let's try to do this. Ooh, no. Came right on through. Nobody even blocked him. Oh, they blitzed. That's why. That's not even a jump to snap. That guy just came right on through. Just it is what it is on that one. So 3rd and 14. Let's go deep outs. We're going man. Now, I could try a smart route. Let me see if this will work. We're going to go triangle, circle, and down. Okay, it done it anyways. All right, that's fine. Because he's at the first down marker. I got hit as soon as I threw it. So let's kick a field goal. You can go look at here. Somebody came through. That's not even a jump to snap. The guy just made a good play on the tackle. And this is a long route, so it's a slow developing route. I threw it a little bit late. Very fortunate to even pick up yards there. So let's kick a field goal. Let's see. Don't know if any of them's going to adjust. I'm just kind of looking. Okay. I didn't know if I was going to do a line adjustment. Missed it. Ooh, barely got it in. Okay. And we can go back and look at our settings. I didn't really pay attention if kicking's going to be harder the way he had it set up. So let's go to AI. Let's go to special teams. And he set that at 50. Accuracy down to 45. So it's going to be a little bit tougher. Okay. And he had kickoff length to 60%. And that's only because I guess he felt like he wanted to see more touchbacks maybe. Which makes sense. If you're hardly seeing any, then that might make sense to ratchet that up a little bit, which he did. And the kicker gets the tackle. Let's do cover 2 man. I didn't think there was going to be a pro-style team themselves. I thought that may be more spread, but halfback draw, nothing there. Kenny Gattuso. Let's do quarters from 4-3. We're going to do an over front. Do that. Oh, good play. He was right there. I can't cover both. I had to either cover the swing or the tight end. Let's do a cover 1. I'm guessing they're going to try to run it to get the first. Now, momentum, I don't know. The guy, playmaker who created the slider said, he talked about how he was able to mitigate momentum some. But that's just a good play there. So we'll see all about that. I don't know. It's going to be hard to judge if momentum plays a huge factor. And I don't want to blame momentum anytime something good or bad happens. So I just don't even bother. Now, the clock, okay, the half's about over with. So I like that the clock is about to do its thing. No, they're going to run some clock here, which is fine. We should have a minute left to try to get down the field and score. Now, what you can do, there we go. Ain't going to make a difference. The guy was already sitting there waiting on me. Let's go wide trips. I don't know what's even here, to be honest. Let's do slot cross. That looks new. We're going zone. This will either go to McFoy or to Washington. Nope, intercepted. Okay, let's talk about that. Now, he put interceptions down to 0. Now, should that have got picked off? Now, you got to remember, defensive players drop interceptions all the time. Oh, that actually could have been caught. I thought, okay. That's just not a very good throw. All right. Never mind then. That kind of negates that. Let's go here, and let's do X post. I love this play. It's good setup. The routes are spaced really well. We're going zone here. This will go to the tight end. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. They're going cover 2. So we'll be able to go to our post. It's a good play there. I'm going to run the same play, but I want to see. The defense is going zone again, so we'll try to hurry up to the line. Do a slide protection. Go cover 2 again. So we may be able to go to our post. Good play there. We can try. Let's do post again. It's pretty much the other. I flipped it. We're going man, I think. There's slide protection. Get a first down there. Let's call a timeout. I guess it's 20 seconds to play with. Let's go offense. Let's do offensive line. Big. Let's go back to X post. I like playing it, so let's run it. We're going zone again. Ooh, intercepted. That's what should have happened. So this is actually. Let's talk about this. I don't even know what They went cover 2, but the guy... So let's... Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's go to settings. And you notice for the CPU defense, he got interceptions down to 0. And they still could get interceptions. That tells you 0% for interceptions is great. Either that or sliders don't mean anything in this game. It's one or the other. So let's talk about... Let's go to the instant replay again. This was a bad... I mean, I actually thought this was a good throw, but the defensive player, he just done a good job. He just got in front of it. That's just a good play by his part. So I don't feel bad about that whatsoever. So again, CPU, interceptions down to 0%, and they can still pick it off. So that, to me, tells me that's where that slider needs to be. I'm guessing they're going to just try to run out the clock here, which is fine. Get a stop there if we can. Somebody please get to him. Okay. All right, that is end of the first half. I'm okay with the vast majority of it. The feel feels pretty good of the sliders. And the score is realistic. We're beating a team like we're supposed to. We can look at some stats. I wonder if it tells us how many possessions we had. That's another thing. We had 236 yards of offense against a bad team with a good offense, with good talent. You should be able to put up around 500 yards of offense. That should be a good goal to have. When everything's working well on offense, you got to have a goal of around 500 yards. And right now, we are about on par with that, so I'm okay with what I see there. It doesn't tell me the turnovers felt pretty realistic. Of course, one was a fumble, the other one was my interception. And it was an interception that was realistic. Kick return, penalties, time of possession. Yeah, they don't put how many possessions. I may have to go back and count that. But it felt like I had plenty of enough possessions in the first half to do what I wanted to do. And obviously, we put up 24 points. Don't really... let's go to individual stats. I wanted to look at running the ball. That's the other thing. Let's go back to game stats. We only got 40 yards rushing off of 12 carries. That is an average of what? Like 3.5 yards. That's still a concern. Passing is still seems... Again, I'm really good at passing, so maybe I'm being biased. But passing is really easy. Much easier in 07 than in 06, even with this new slider set. And running the ball, it seemed like we ran the ball a little bit better in the second half or second quarter. But it's still barely 40 yards rushing. So we're going to try to run the ball quite a bit in the second half. Last thing I want to check in the individual stats is receiving and the drops. We only had two drops. There was 2 drops. One of them, the guy got hit when he tried to catch it. So I'm not overly concerned about that, but I don't know. All right, let's just get into the third quarter. And their offense can't do anything, which they shouldn't against a talented team like USC. So I'm okay with the way it's looking. Overall, big picture-wise, it looks fine. Let's go back to quarters. Let's go here. We're doing over front. Come back. I don't like the way that looked. I want you where you're at. You don't have to run around as much. And he's going to run with it. Fumble, another fumble. They got the ball back. Now, there is no fumble slider, so that is running back ability. But again, quarterbacks and wide receivers can carry the ball too, and what if they fumble? Like just what we just saw. The quarterback fumble. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, they're just going to get hit, I guess. And they're probably going to fumble. This is going to be a longer video than normal. Oh, that was a good hit. And again, you got to remember, I'm not going to judge the slider set off this one game alone. I'm going to do at least off the next 2. We want to cover the entire spectrum. And they ran the ball there, which made no sense, but whatever. 4th and 8. All right, let's get back on offense. So, like I said, we're going to try to run the ball quite a bit and see if we have a good time running it. The offensive line seems to be doing their part. But I know it's like the defensive player usually just comes through like a heat-seeking missile and can make a play. But we'll see how that goes. So let's keep running the ball. Let's go back to slot. Toss ain't all that great. Let's do a draw. We're going man 4-3. They're doing that way. I want to go this way. I can't flip it. There we go. You got to do the other way, which made no sense. No, what? No? Why is he going? Oh, I was doing the other way. My bad. That was my fault. I was looking. It was the exact opposite. That was completely my fault. I was looking at the direction really much wrong. All right, let's try to make up those yards. Let's go curl. They're going man here. Got the first there. Oh, he caught it and he got hit. Good deal. That's what you wanted to see. Okay, let's go. Let's go weak normal and let's try zone smash. Let's do counter from here. We're going man 4-3. We'll just go to our right, even though they're doing an underfront. Okay, I actually don't mind that. Get a block. Good play there. That's a good run. Look like what's supposed to happen. We can look at the line play here. Good blocking by the offensive line. That's what it's supposed to happen against a team like this. And then we're just kind of waiting to see what happens here. All right, that's a good play. I like the way that looked. I'm going to go back. Let's go 4-wide receiver tree. Let's do a dive from there. Spread the defense out a little bit and see if we can run the ball. We're going zone, but they're running that way. Let's go. Let's bring him over, see what happens. Okay. Not bad. Get about 5 yards from there. We can look at the line again. Good blocking by the line. Nobody got knocked down. They're getting a solid push like they're supposed to again against a team like this. And we get a solid 5 yards. That's a good, normal, realistic play right there. Still in the middle of the field. He's a bit gassed. Let's try this off-tackle play. This is kind of goofy from ace wide trips. You can see where he's set up. Ooh, and they're shifting that way. And I bet you can't flip it either. Nope, can't do it. And he's gassed to no end. Ooh, he's gassed. I don't even get the first down. I should have just ran forward. Let's just go slam, try to pick up the first down. We're going man 4-3. The clock's moving pretty steady. The quarter's about halfway over. Just pick up the first, go straight ahead. You can go look at the line play again here. A good push by everybody. That's, you know. Again, I will post a link in the description of the slider set that I'm working off of. Again, it's level 3. I don't even know where we're at. Let's do a counter trap from slot. We're going zone. We're doing that. Let's go to our left. Good blocking there. Really good blocking. He fumbled it. That was a really late fumble. That was kind of weird. Let's do a toss. We got a down to play with. And they're going goal line. I didn't think about that. I think they're going zone. Bring him over. Ooh, good blocking right there. Nice. Good job by the wide receiver. Good block right there on the edge for a touchdown. Okay, so the run game looked a whole lot better right there. He had good, consistent push. Nothing too crazy. Get an extra point. We'll get back on defense. All right, let's get back on defense and try to do something here. It's been pretty easy so far. I don't think they've barely had any 2 first downs. And maybe they're not supposed to against a team like us. Again, we will judge after the 3rd game with this set. Good catch there. Almost got the first down. 2nd and 2. Let's do quarters from nickel. Going 8. I think they got the same. No, that's ace bunch. It's a spread bunch. Going with the toss play. Didn't get anything there. 3rd and 2. We're going to do a cover 1. We'll send the nickel back this time. Just no, yeah, can't get anything going there. All right, let's get back on offense. So, I don't know. Again, I don't expect Troy to do much on me offensively, but they're not doing anything, like absolutely nothing. And maybe they're not supposed to because my defense is pretty good compared to their offense, but still. I may get a touchdown. Nope, they're going to catch me. Sometimes I like that third-person camera. Sometimes, most of the time I don't. I prefer the old way. Let's pick something we haven't done yet. Close. Do twin flex. Let's go. This deep comeback play I love. It's excellent. We're going man. We'll go to one of the receivers more than likely. Depending on what the safeties do. Early jump. Dang it, I didn't do it in time. That may be intercepted. Oh, no, he caught it. Good deal. I thought the corner had a good read on it. What I saw there, we can check this. Go to instant replay. Bring this over here. You notice the corner got in front of it. I'm like, oh, crap. But I was able to come back. I love that comeback route. Excellent. Get a first down there. So let's stay here. There's counter strong. There's weak and there's dive. Let's do a option play, a toss. They're going man. He's going to catch me there. Oh, we're going to get about 10 yards out of it. So I'm seeing a lot of broken tackles. We can check that. Well, let's do that now, or I'll forget it. What we can do is go to stats, go to individual, go to rushing, and we'll go to broken tackles. There's 9 broken tackles. I don't know if that's high. I don't know. I've never really looked at that stat that hard. But compared to Troy, they've only had 1 broken tackle compared to our 9. And is that because our running backs are just that much better and they can break tackles? Or is that because of our settings? When we go look at those again, human offense, run back ability, 50% compared to the CPUs. Theirs is at 60. So, I guess either that or you go look at the tackle. Our tackle's at 75% compared to CPUs, which is 25. Again, maybe it's because the CPU 25% of tackling is a little too low. I don't know. It's just, those are the questions you got to ask yourself. Let's go here and let's try mesh. I love seeing some air raid concepts from the pro style sets. We're going man. I prefer to. Let's see what happens here. We're going. No, what in the world? What was that? That wasn't me. That was computer controlling that, and that was kind of weird. Sometimes it'll do that if you don't move back quick enough. Didn't like the look of that. Let's just throw it again. They're going man. We'll spread out the slide protection. Protection was good. I've actually had no problem with the jump and snap in general. I'm really good with my pocket presence, so I know how to avoid block or getting sacked and such. But the blocking here is excellent. I didn't even have the backpedal as much as I did right there. No need for it. I had everybody open. The tight end was open. My dig was open. Even my post had a good beat on it. But I went to my main man beater, which is the dig. So that was a good run there. So I want to go back to normal, and I want to try. Let's do counter. We'll flip it. I want some grass to work with, depending. We're going man here. They're doing that, so we may run to our right instead. That's good defense. Again, this is what you want to see. I mean, you don't want to see 100-yard runs every time. They just played it well. I thought the push was halfway decent, but my wide receiver didn't do much blocking there, which can happen from time to time. Broken tackle. But that's a good stop by the defense. So it's 2nd and goal from the 10. Let's go. I don't even know what's here. Let's do inside switch. We'll flip it. We're going zone. I'll probably keep this simple and just give this to my halfback. Oh, end of the quarter. All right. One more quarter to go. Only got one touchdown in that quarter. Let's go back to inside switch again. We're going man. I'd love to hit the curl wrap for a touchdown, so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to spread out our line. Good play. And he caught the ball, and he didn't drop it when he got hit. So we had good protection here. They went man, so I'm going to my curl route. So that's good to see. And I don't know if you've noticed the jump the snap. Have you seen it any? I haven't seen it on either side. Oh, that's good timing. Right, that's perfect timing. And he caught it even though he got hit. So, yeah, that's one thing to think about. The fact that in these sliders, and forgive me for going back and forth to these 100 times, but I have to reiterate. When you go to defense and they had the break block down to 0 for both the CPU and the defense, that means you're just not going to see as much jump the snap. On top of, you're not going to see a whole lot of, you're going to see better blocking overall from both teams. And again, I haven't seen that little icon pop up every time there's a jump to snap. There's not much. So that's on Heisman, that seems to be the way to go, is to keep break block down to 0 for both. That way you can mitigate jump to snap as best as you can. You'll still see it from time to time. It'll happen eventually, but nowhere near as much if you had it on default like we had it before. All right, that was a good drive. I like the score. It's realistic. It's what's supposed to happen. I kind of wish the CPU would do a little bit better offensively, but again, I don't know if it's just because our defense is just awesome, but since we're loaded with talent. I don't know. Again, those are questions you just have to try to figure out and answer as best you can. No comeback. I didn't like the way that looked. That was my bad. I was out of position there. We got the first down. Let's go with the cover 1. Going with the counter, and there's just nothing there. They're not running the ball well whatsoever. 0.2 average. That's kind of low. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that yet. All right, let's just go back to a quarters coverage. Good catch there. Now it's 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 6. Let's do cover 3. I can control a defensive lineman on 3rd down. And he had nowhere to go. Okay. Let's get back on offense. I'm not going to put in the second string. There's no point. I'm going to leave the camera as is. We're in the middle of the field. So let's run the ball. I want to go back to ace 4 wide receiver trio. Let's do a dive play. Let's try to go up the gut if we can. We're going zone. Now, hopefully we can get a decent gain here. There we go. That's a good little play. Pick up 10 yards. That's what's supposed to happen. They got nobody in front of us, and we went with a dive play. So cutting up the field should be very easy. Good push by everybody. Good blocking there. I just kind of ran out of room. That was a good first down. Against that particular defense, that's what you're supposed to see. Let's go back to slot. Let's try a counter trap. We're going zone. Get about 5 yards there. Pretty good blocking from what I could tell. Good pursuit on the under front by the defense, but he just can't get to me quick enough. Great block by the wide receiver there. Yeah, that's a good little run. 2nd and 4. Now let's try. I want to go up the gut, but this time with a 2-back set. They're going man. I wonder what happens if I bring the receiver over. Everybody and their brother shifts that way. Okay, let's just go to our left. I like that they changed that up a little bit from 06. Get a first down there. We can look at the line again. Pretty good push by everybody. Somebody came through, but he couldn't get to me in time. Good block by the fullback. Okay. He's a bit gassed. We can try. Let's go here, see what we have available for passing. Not a whole lot. It looks like the exact same from 06. I want to go back to this comeback play. We're going man again. We'll just read the safeties on this one. They're bringing both. We'll go over the top. Good catch there. And he got hit and he didn't drop it, which is good to see. And he's an impact player, so he really shouldn't. At least not all the time. You know, every now and then he's going to have a drop. I get that. But they brought both safeties, so I just went over the top there. I just now noticed that. You see what the defender did right there? We can go back and look at it. Go here. And he actually tried to jump for it. Now, it wasn't the crazy jump like from 06, but at least he attempted. He tried to do a knockdown at least. But he wasn't in good position anyway, so it didn't make a difference. Let's go back to close. I want to do a toss from here since we got a compressed set. And they're doing zones, so this may not even work. Let's go to a right instead. Oh, it ain't going to let me move it. Dang it, maybe this play just won't let you do it. That's fine. Get some blocking, though. Not bad. First down. We're on the 6-yard line. Let's go tight. And I want to run toss again. Toss works better in 07 than in 06. It's still not perfect by any means, but it's doable. In 06, you just can't make it work. Now, what happens if I bring my receiver over? Nothing really, so let's just go to our right. Look at this blocking. Really good blocking. Now, I'm not even trying hard there. But we had good blocking there. So the run game is looking a whole lot better than before, but again, we're going up against a bad team that should look like this. Okay, it's a realistic score. My goal was to win 40-something to nothing, and that's what I'm getting. So that's a positive sign there. Get an extra point. And at the end of the game, we'll go through all of our stats again, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on some things. Oh, kicker almost got the tackle again. Oh, let's go back to quarters right here. I'm assuming they're going to try to throw, but at this point, they know the game is over with. Now they got their backups in there. So I need to put in my backups as well. Let's keep it fair. So let's go to in-game strategy. Let's go to mass subs. And we'll put in everybody. Ooh, they're flipping. Interesting. They went with full straight-up audible. No, maybe they just flipped it. I don't think I've ever seen the CPU do that before. Oh, good run there. First down. That's their best run of the day. Now let's go with a cover 1. Play action there. Oh, I was in bad position. Oh, great play right there. Whoever 79 is. Not even a tight end. Let's stick with the cover 1. They only had 100 yards. That's actually kind of realistic. I'm not going to lie. They shouldn't be able to do much against my defense. That's a glitch play there. That's just a slow run. Had no expectations on that one. So we'll go quarters nickel. Brian Cushing, backup. Oh my gosh, they were loaded back then. Just a ton of talent. Not much there on the run. 3rd and 12. Let's do a crash 3. Let's go send the house. And he got hit pretty hard. No issues there. All right, so the game's about over with. We got a little bit of time left. We'll go middle fan. We'll just get extra protection. That's another thing. I want to see. They worked so hard on special teams. EA Sports did. I hope they didn't mess up or they improved the fair catching and stuff to where nothing really bad happened. In terms of your players getting in the way and such. And it looks like it's been okay so far. I want to try some new things. I want to go. Let's go flanker curl from here. We'll flip it. We're going man. Probably just go to the curl unless they bring both safeties. Mark Sanchez. Get a first down there. You can look at the line play here. Somebody got knocked down. My left tackle got beat. But I still had enough time to get to the curl. Thankfully, he actually got in the way there. We can stay here and try. I'm not a big fan of that read play. Let's try a toss from big. They're going zone. Oh, and jump early. It's just enough for the first down. If you see somebody jump early, hit that X button. That's a free 5 yards. I'm having a hard time trying to adjust to that. Sometimes I could get him to do it. Snapping in the ball as soon as you see it. We're going to do another toss play just because I want to run toss. Not a whole lot there. Good defense. Oh, lost a yard. Let's go flex. I probably don't have the bodies to do it. Let's go flanker curl post. Some of these plays are excellent. I'm not going to lie. Good job by EA by improving a lot of the pass plays. All right, they're going man here. Cover 1. We can try to go over the top. That's a bad throw. And okay, yeah. He shouldn't have caught this, and I'm glad he didn't. That was a bad throw. That should have been intercepted, to be honest. But that's a good knockdown. That's a good try by the safety right there. That was actually even better throw than I thought. But yeah, that shouldn't shock me that he dropped it there, so I don't mind that. 3rd and 11. Let's go X post. We're going man. Looks like my deep route should be able to cover it. First down, Patrick Turner. Tennessee kid, didn't do much at USC. Again, we can look at the line here. We weren't going to expect any push. any defensive push per se, but they went man, so I'm going to my main man beater, my deep dig, which I love. Look at that spacing there. Look at the spacing right there. I love the deep dig in this game. So much fun to hit. So we can go back to trio levels. Let's go mesh. We're going zone. We can hurry up to the line if we want. And a fumble. He got out of bounds. Josh Allen is hurt. He is gassed as well. Let's go split in drag again. We're going man. Let's probably either go to McFoy or to Vidal Hazelton. Okay, they're bringing everybody, so we're going to try to go to Hazelton. I got hit as soon as I threw it. Ooh, that should have been picked. Again, okay, they brought everybody and their brothers, so that wasn't even a jump to snap situation. That was just a all-out blitz there. That's why the throw was so bad. And a defense, I'm glad we saw this. If it was set at 50% the interceptions, that would have been an interception. But every now and then you'll see an interception, like they'll actually do it, like we saw in the first quarter. So it's 3rd and 10. I want to run that same play. I hope they go zone. Yeah, they're going man. That's fine. So here they're going to cover one. Look at the space there. Oh my gosh, what a throw. We'll talk about this. The flag route is a whole lot better in 07 than 06. You'll notice the space. I actually did this way too late, but look at the spacing here. They went cover one, so I'm going to a cover one beater. But look at the spacing right there. He had to come back around. I mean, you can't beat that. And I threw it way too late as well, and we still got a touchdown. You're not going to see that every time you throw it. Sometimes the defender will do a good job of covering it. But every now and then you're going to see that. You don't see any of that in 06. None whatsoever. It's always tight, and it's always underthrown. That flag route is so hard to hit in 06. They cleaned it up in 07. That's proof right there that it did. Now you know why I like that play. The flag routes are fun. All right, 52-0. I'm glad I got to see that. That makes me feel better. Okay. Game's about over with. Let's finish this up. Let's get back on defense for one more play. And that's it. All right. Let's talk about everything here. We'll try to sum everything up as best I can. Let's go to stat and scores. Okay, the score, 52-0. That's what I was expecting. With these sliders and Heisman, a very good team versus a very bad team, 52-0. I like that. Okay, now let's keep going. First downs, that's fine. I mean, I don't see anything truly wrong with that. You'd like to see Troy do a little bit better offensively, but maybe our defense is just that good. Who knows? Total offense, 479 yards. I told you earlier, when your offense is really clicking, we didn't have to punt it once. I think we only kicked one field goal. Everything else was a touchdown. We almost had 500 yards. So that is realistic. The yards for Troy was a little bit low. Surely they could have done something a little bit better, but they really didn't. Now, they ran the ball a whole lot more than they threw it. They didn't throw hardly at all. And they didn't run the ball well. Only 34 yards total rushing. Our run game got a whole lot better. 136 yards, 28 attempts. I'm perfectly happy with that. That looked like it was supposed to. So kudos to that for the slider, making it look halfway realistic there. I'm glad we kept it pretty balanced, 28-26. 19-26. We didn't have much pressure, so that didn't shock me there in terms of the completion percentages. And we'll look at the drops here in a little bit. But passing looked good, 343 yards. I had no problem with what I saw there. We only had one sack. They had 3. This other stuff I'm not too worried about. Turnovers, we only saw 2. There were a couple other fumbles, but they were recovered by the team that fumbled it. But there were 4 fumbles. I don't know what to do about that. Sometimes that's going to be high, sometimes it's going to be low. I feel like it's going to be a little bit higher in 07 than in 06, but there were 4 fumbles in the game. But again, there's nothing you can really do about that since there's no fumble slider. Interceptions, only one. That was good to see. There probably could have been an extra one. But I was glad to see Troy get an interception, even though their slider was down to 0. So that was good to see. The only thing, this other stuff, penalties, of course, I think they like to keep that fairly low just so it doesn't interfere with your game a whole lot. Let's look at individual stats. 15 to 20, 269 yards, 75% completion, just about as good as the game you can ask for what he done there. Let's keep going. Running the ball. Our averages, that's what you really got to look at is the average. 5 yards a carry, that's realistic. Against a bad team, when you're a really good team running the ball, if you could get 5 yards average, you are doing really well. And we had 2 players do that. So that looks realistic to me there. Receiving, all this was pretty fine in terms of, I mean, we threw the ball pretty well across the board, as you can tell. Biggest thing I saw when, I wonder if it's going to show it here. Break tackle. It's not going to show it if you run the, I wish the break tackle was in the receiving section, and it's not. Because our receivers broke a couple tackles as well. Here's the big thing, though. Only 3 drops. That's good. That helped compared to the 9 we saw in the previous exhibition game. And you look at Troy, they didn't have any drop, which I'm perfectly fine with. That's, you know, most of the time they should be catching the ball anyways. Blocking, won a ton of pancakes, and I ran the ball fairly well today. But that's fairly normal what you saw right there. Defensively, I don't know if you could take much from this. That looks all probably normal, I guess. So, my biggest takeaway is the slider set I'm pretty happy with. We may make some adjustments, but you got to remember, we're going to go through at least 2 more exhibition games before I want to make changes. The next game, we can do an equal matchup, and then the game after that, I'll be a cupcake taking on a really big powerhouse, and we'll look at the results there. So come on back. I'm guessing I'll do an 06 video after this one, but I'm really excited about the 07 stuff, so we'll see what happens. So come on back, and I'll talk to you later.